uh, got everything that we worked on for the last 4 weeks. Um, now let me see. I wrote a few notes. So we talked about the squash and stretch and the arcs. We talked about solid drawing a little bit. We did a
Yeah.
walk cycle.
Yeah.
We talked about a little exaggeration and exaggeration in your drawings, but we didn't get a chance to actually do it. We combined some of that in the walk cycle. What we haven't touched on is weight, and that's what we're going to do today.
Wait.
We're going to do weight so that
Oh, okay.
when you have a character that's picking up another character or a character picking up something heavy, you know how to animate that and the poses that come into play. Okay. So yeah, this is our last one. So what I'd like you guys to do is to finish your walk cycle, and I'm gonna show you the one that I did again, so that you guys can, if you missed a pose or anything, let's do that first. If you missed a pose or anything, it's important that you get that done, because that's going to be part of your portfolio. You have a nice little walk cycle in there with any character you want. You're good to go. You need at least one to show that you know how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me share screen, and let's go over that walk cycle one more time.
Man, my software is not working with me right now. Dang.
What's not working?
My software.
Oh no. Computers.
The pen.
If you were on pencil and paper. Okay, so.
Oh, I think it's working now.
So this is the walk. I added a BG and a guy in the background, but this is the walk cycle that we did the other day.
Huh.
Okay, all I did was drop in a BG, but I gave him a nice little bounce to his step.
Yeah.
All right, little bounce to get him to his step. But do you guys have all the poses? I wanted you to get all the poses, even if it's in rough form, so that you guys can, finish up your walk cycle.
Yeah.
Should I stop it pose by pose?
Well, you have that thing at the bottom that has all the poses.
Yeah, that is the timing. Let me go to this is the first pose.
Oh, there we go.
You guys had most of these, right? In rough form, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just double check, make sure you have it. And then all you do is drop a background behind it, and then tighten up your drawings. And I got these on 3s. So I don't know, you can make it quicker. You can put them on 2s if you want. Make them walk through a little faster.
Yeah, check.
Raduca, these 4 weeks went by so fast, huh?
Yeah.
Right, isn't that amazing?
It's like time is flying. Time is flying by.
Yeah, I don't know how the kids feel, but certainly.
Absolutely, it's just it's different when you're at home all the time.
Yeah.
Every day feels like the same day.
Yes.
It really does. Yeah.
It does. It doesn't feel like, sometimes I got to ask, is today Thursday or Wednesday or what,
You lose the sense of time.
Yeah.
I think that's because sometimes I think, it is Monday today, or is it Tuesday, or is it Wednesday? I don't know.
Raphael, is it the same over by you? Like, are you guys locked in like we are?
We are not. We used to be but it was pretty hard over here. We had to sign a form that we were allowed to go out, and thankfully they kicked it out. But it was pretty rough. But now we have to wear mask when we go out. It's
Yeah. We're
There was a
supposed to do the same. We're supposed to do the same with the masks.
There was a COVID checkpoint just up the road from my house.
A checkpoint. What is
Yes.
that?
Well,
How do they-
basically, you just check in, they ask where you're going.
Oh, really?
Where do you
Wow.
live? I don't do that
Canada.
here. Oh, okay.
So in Canada, they have checkpoints. Wow. I didn't
Well, it
know
was
that.
also probably because I live near, like, the border.
Oh,
That's also why it was the threat to national security that the phone line was down the last week.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, yeah. Anytime you're near the border, you're gonna have some issues. Yeah.
one guy hit a transformer where I live.
That, that's
um,
that's a new one. He had a transformer. Wow.
Raphael, where do you live?
I live in France.
Oh,
Hey,
dang.
Raduca, isn't it cool how all these kids can meet all from different places and
I know.
and
It's
they
wonderful.
normally they would never know each other, but in this situation, you guys
Yeah,
can.
that's how I met Tay and Justin.
Yeah.
That's like most of you.
You know,
Except
it's-
Orlando. I met him at
yeah, we met
at a
briefly.
yard
right
sale.
after. But you know what's funny? Yeah, because you're in California. What's funny is you guys might end up working together one day.
Yeah,
And you'll be like, hey, didn't I take a class with you?
maybe.
It could be.
That'd be
Believe
fun.
me, it's a small world in animation. It's not that big. Even though it is getting bigger, I gotta admit. It is getting bigger, but thanks to Netflix and all these other people that are getting involved. But it's still a small world, trust me. You'll get to work with a lot of the same people over and over again. Move on to the second pose.
Orlando, just for your information, we have a class after this. So just
Okay.
for schedule how you pace yourself to
Yeah. Okay, so we got to end at 1, guys. So there's a class behind us.
Oof. We gotta work quick.
Yeah, so let's move as quick as we can on these poses
right.
so that we can.
I believe it's the final bridge class next.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Is that a fun class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Are
hard.
you in it?
I got to make time to take a class. It's kind of relaxing to do something, to be on the other side. It's relaxing to be on the student side as opposed to.
After this, I gotta make $20. My aunt's car is dirty, and because a Coke exploded in there, so she's giving me $20 to clean it.
Oh, good. Yeah, keep it clean, whatever you do.
Yeah.
So tell me, guys, what did you pick up in this class? Is there anything that we can better for people like you guys who've never taken animation?
Well, yeah. For one, I'm better at the walk cycle.
Yeah, you've never done one before. Is that correct?
Yeah. Not until you showed me it, because I didn't know any of the poses, and
And
I didn't
so-
think to look them up online.
Yeah, it's good to look. And when you go online, you might find more in between poses, which is usually filled in by someone in Korea because we don't do full animation here anymore. Very rarely. If you get an animator's job out here, it's a rarity nowadays. Most of that work is sent overseas.
I wonder how much people in Korea make to do that.
Probably not much. That's why they send it overseas. But things are changing and they're bringing jobs back to the States. So who knows? Could be a new
Yeah,
day.
I agree. Depends on the country.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, things are changing all around, so it's hard to tell. I think Mexico's going to get a lot of work now that, China's uh, doing their own thing.
That's good.
Yeah, Mexico's right next door to us. Was that your little brother, Oscar?
Yeah, he's an F bomber.
That's the other thing about working home. You got all your family around.
Yeah, and I don't have a lock on my door.
When I walk in.
I'm lucky. The only guy bothering me is this little dog out here. He likes to, bite stuff.
That's
Oh,
what
by
dark.
the way, for the two people that had a German Shepherd, both Oscar and Orlando, how is it to have one? I was raised with one and I want to get one, but I'm a bit worried.
No, you shouldn't be. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
German Shepherds are pretty tame as long as you train them right.
Yeah, they're
Like
great.
most dogs.
They're very good with children. They're very protective, I'll tell you that. So
Yeah.
where you would have to be a little careful is where strangers coming to the house.
Yeah.
That's where I would be careful because I had that issue happen a couple of times where, he just bolted and jumped at a person and just wanted to shake my hand.
No, I don't
because
have
they will
that
protect
problem.
you. They're very protective.
Well, mine, usually if somebody's in the house and we're with them, he knows that they're probably a friend, so he doesn't really do that.
That's great. Yeah. If you train them right,
I mean, he does like tackling people though, because he thinks it's
so
fun.
did mine.
Where did you get them from?
My dad, I didn't actually get it. My dad got it, but I'm not sure where. I think he just found him or something. But I'm not really sure where he actually, found him or got him from.
Yeah. I had mine's ordered when I was in New York, and I think he came from somewhere out there in Europe. I don't remember exactly where.
Germany. Yeah, I'm assuming. So you had one of those, really?
Oh yeah, he was full bred to the T. He was
Oh,
beautiful.
wow.
He was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know Eric wanted to. There's some amazing breeders even here in close to California, but I think I'm gonna go with a rescue because I got a full bred Cocker Spaniel before, so now I feel like I'm gonna do some saving.
One of my neighbors is actually a breeder.
That's a good thing to do. We've done that the last couple of times too.
One of my neighbors is actually a breeder for dogs.
And that's the other thing. When you get a full bred like the one I had, they had a lot of that breed has dysplasia, and so I had to deal with that for probably the last year and a half. And believe me, it's terrible. They can't move. They can't get up to go to the bathroom. It's terrible.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I know because they have that slant exactly on.
Yeah, they all seem to get dysplasia. The full breds.
Yeah. They're yes. Yeah, I could. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Next pose, guys.
My drawing looks like a bean with a head and some legs.
Is he a big dog or
What?
I have a little guy now, so he's easy. But I'm always worried that he's going to get eaten up by something.
I have a little Yorkshire
dogs,
Terrier.
Yeah, they make you worry. We have hawks out here. We have, kind of mountain
I'm just
lions.
worried my dogs could get bit by a venomous snake.
Oh man. Well, my dog survived one attack by a mountain lion. He got lucky. Yeah, he got lucky because my big dog chased the mountain lion away.
Nice.
But there's no big dog anymore, and now he's out there by himself, and you got to keep an eye on them.
Jesus, a mountain lion. God damn.
Yeah, I had a little baby mountain lion the other day come and drink water out of my pool. He's so beautiful. I wanted to keep him, but I'm like, you know what, Mama?
You're gonna get
gotta be
arrested.
around. Mama's got to be around here somewhere.
He's gonna eat you.
Yeah. Oh, he was gorgeous though.
If
Little
she didn't eat
baby.
you, she was gonna eat your stuff.
Yeah, nah, it wouldn't have been a good idea to keep him. But you know, when you're near the hills, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So when you guys do these poses, you can like I gave this guy a little bit of a bounce, as you can tell as he straightens up, he comes up a little bit like so. You know, when you can start playing with the posture when you do yours, you can play a little bit with the posture, and you know, it depends on your character, obviously. But that little bounce that I gave him on his toes, you know, it kind of gives him some type of character or some kind of life that you. I'm sure you've met people that walk that way, right, on their tippy toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
My drawing doesn't look that great.
Just keep it rough right now, Raphael, until you know later on you'll have plenty of time to clean it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, just keep it rough, guys, because
But not gonna lie, this looks a lot better than the first time I did this.
there you go. There you go.
It genuinely looks like a bean with some feet.
This guy looks like he's
Into
from Bob's Burgers.
Move on for the yeah. I've been there for so long. Everything I draw now looks like Bob's. I got to get out of that habit. That's the same thing that happened to me after I left The Simpsons. Everybody was saying, "Hey, your drawings are looking very," and this is at Bob's. They were like, your drawings are looking very Simpsonized." I'm like, I've been drawing them for 19 years. I can't stop.
Yeah, I feel like that's the
burned
one.
in your head.
That's the bad thing about working in the same place or on the same show for too long. It becomes habit. You know, it becomes habit, and everybody starts to look like Homer.
Mm-hmm. Man.
A solution would be go to work for The Simpsons again.
Yeah, I know. The solution would be to go back. I could, because you know what, Raphael, it was such a fun time in the beginning, but then it changed a little bit towards the end when I left. It changed a lot, you know, and a lot of my friends had left to do other things like movies. You guys seen Iron Giant?
Yes.
Wasn't that a great movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of my friends went to do, and I wish I had worked on that, but I didn't want to leave the show at the time.
Yeah, but I feel like you should be open to change if you're in animation.
It's good for you. A little change is good for you. Keeps you honest as an artist too. You know, not that Bob's is that much of a difference from The Simpsons. And honestly, I worked on Futurama, so all those three shows are pretty much.
Ah, sick! Futurama was my favorite show.
Is that right? Yeah.
And
Too bad it ended.
I think a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Too bad it ended. But you know.
It ended 7 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to think about.
I know. That's how quick 7 years go by.
So you know something, my son was the first Futurama baby because Eric wrote for the entire show. So
is that right?
Dang.
Yeah. So Ari Kaplan, who's now 22, was the first baby that was born in that show. That's his. That's his fame.
Did you watch it all the time as well, Radugan?
Myself, I hardly watch Eric's every show. So. But my kids watched it a lot. I mean, they are experts in.
There you go.
Lots of stuff. Yeah, it was quite a fabulous show.
Yeah. You know, it's too bad it ended, but they got to keep doing new things. You know, they keep changing it up.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it ended 2 times because it was supposed to end during the 5th season.
Let's go to that next pose, guys.
I'm not done with that one.
So those poses complete. This is basically like the first pose with the other leg.
And the other arm.
And the other arm, right.
No. This character looks a bit weird.
You know where? At the knee. At the knee.
Huh?
The knee is too low. I don't
Yeah.
know how you draw. I don't know how you draw that size. You
I get
gotta get
used to
yourself.
it.
You gotta get yourself a drawing pad.
And a fun fact, I don't know. Yesterday I got something funny. I got a commercial for a graphical tablet on YouTube. I don't know how that happened.
Oh, which tablet is that?
It was for Xpen, so I think for Xpen tablet, a commercial. I don't
Isn't
know.
it? Isn't
I have
that
an
the one you
X-Pen.
have, Oscar?
I have an
Huh?
XP pen, yeah.
Yeah, Oscar has that.
It's a really
I
big
don't
tab.
know.
It's a pretty big tablet. Only thing I would complain about is that it doesn't have a circle. It has a bunch of buttons.
Oh, if you get this, so I'm not sure what computer you're using, but if you get this Toon Boom Storyboard Pro, it will have the circle for you, so you can turn your drawing around.
Yeah, my laptop's not powerful enough, though. So.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When quarantine ends, I'm gonna try to take it to Best Buy and see if they can make it better.
Add
Like,
some
more
RAM
powerful.
to it.
Yeah. Because it doesn't have enough for that.
It's not, if it's not an older laptop, you probably can.
What
Yeah, the
kind
thing
of
is,
do you have?
You need about 8 gigabytes to get away with it.
yeah, my laptop does not have that many gigabytes. I
Yeah.
need more.
Yeah, if you can get 8, you
I was
can
gonna get more before quarantine, but then quarantine happened, so I couldn't.
Right. Yeah. Everything's closed.
I
But
believe
if you can bring it up to 8, that's the minimum it requires for Toon Boom Storyboard Pro.
if I remember correctly, the only thing you can't really upgrade on a laptop is like the motherboard for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
can.
think.
And well, what they did, I have an XPS 13 from 2018, the 9370, and they sorted the RAM on the motherboard.
Well, the important thing is the graphics card too, guys. If you can get a NVIDIA, then you're really doing something.
Yeah, I can plug in an external graphic card on
Yeah, I
mine.
think I got the NVIDIA 864 on this one, and it works okay. It's not perfect, but it works okay.
Hmm.
And I'm working on Windows. You could, if you get a Mac, I think it's even better. It's the ones we use in the studios.
And the 1080 NVIDIA 1080s, you can get them for a bargain now because they're a few years old now.
I
Yeah,
gotta go help my brother right now.
yeah, they're not that
I'll be back.
expensive right now. Yeah.
I'll be back. I have to go help my brother.
Okay, Oscar. Okay, from this pose, guys, we move into the antic.
In Europe, you can get a 1080 Ti for around 300 euros as a refurbished. I'm right back. A water hose exploded.
Okay.
The what exploded?
Something water exploded. I was like, okay. Things are happening today. Like every other Monday. Let me know when you want me to move on to the next one.
I'm back. I
Everything
turned,
okay?
I turned off the water. I
Ah,
have to fix it later.
okay.
So what
The,
exploded?
the tap flew away from the hot water.
Wow.
Oh, my grandpa was just here today because the tap kept dripping, and so for a while we didn't have the kitchen sink on because it kept dripping. So he came
Yeah,
and
you
fixed
gotta.
it today.
You fixed it. Nice. See how good, it's great to
It's
have grandpas. They know how to do stuff.
My dad knows how to do stuff, so I don't
I
really have to worry
know
about plumbing.
what
Oh, that's good.
I can't even count what I already did over the house: plumbing, electricity. I've did it all.
Hey, those are important things to
Building,
learn, guys.
huh?
Otherwise, you got to pay for all that.
and
Yeah.
and I did a job with the hands as a car technician, so I used to work with the hands.
When I was 8, my dream was to be a plumber.
Is that right?
And
Somebody in the family is a plumber, no doubt.
My
will you
dad
be
was a plumber.
There you go. You
What
look
would
up
be
to
your
So's my
dream
dad.
bro-
job now,
So
Justin?
is my older brother.
Yeah. Being an artist is a long way from being a plumber.
Yeah. I'm gonna break the cycle.
Yeah, but hey, let me tell you, it's good to know either way because
Yeah, I
something
know.
happens in the house.
I'm gonna have to pay for it, and I don't want to.
Exactly. It's not cheap. Those guys are always in demand.
Or I could just get my brother to do it.
All right, let's go to that next post so we can move on.
Yeah, I'm done with
And
this one.
then we're back in the straight up pose to go back into the next leg.
All right.
My sister told me that the tap flew across the kitchen like a
I,
missile.
I see you disappeared on us, Raphael.
Because my sister passed by. I'm back.
This is the last drawing we're going to do before we move to weight. I want to make sure I cover weight with you guys before we're all done with with our animation class.
That's sad. That's over. Actually,
I know. I'm starting a new show, and we will do another class. But I got to talk to
when?
Raduca on when we're going to do it.
And how is the show with Jesus going?
I don't know because I haven't been in touch with those folks. Jesus and them should be. I think it's going to be coming on towards the beginning of next year. But the show that I'm going to be working on it's a different show. It's like I told you, it's a little bit crazier.
I'll be on the
So,
lookout.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
have Netflix,
Hopefully,
so
I
I
can I
can't.
can put something up there. Um, I have a website that you guys can check too. When you get a chance, check that out. It's
Okay.
AV Animation. Well, actually, it's on Facebook. You guys can go on Facebook. I gave it to you, right, Oscar?
I think, yeah.
AV Animations / Studio Classes.
You could just try putting in the chat.
Sure could. I'm
Because
gonna write it right there.
I found your there it is, Bob's Burger.
You see it?
I type your name and the first thing I found is Bob's Burger and your LinkedIn, but I didn't find the website.
Hey, Raphael,
I
you said you wanted a drawing tablet, or was that Orlando that said you should get one?
I
Yeah,
said
that was me
that,
sending him to get one.
Oh, okay.
I said that once I took those classes, and then I got a commercial on YouTube for one. So I don't know where they got that info from.
Well,
That
if you do get one, you should if you can't really pay for for something like digital ink, you should try Krita. It's free, so I use it all the time. But
that I think I should have got the XPS 13 with the touch screen. It would be easier.
yeah, it really
Mine
does.
doesn't have it because I didn't thought I may do some drawing in the future.
The tablet I have is a 22E Pro XP pen. I got it for my birthday. My mom got it for me. I didn't really ask for it, but hey, it's a free drawing tablet, so
Awesome.
I just took it.
I draw my phone, so I get used to draw on small surfaces.
Yeah,
I
if
have
you're
no.
drawing on small surfaces, Raphael, you're gonna freak out when you get something like that 22 inch that that he has. That is such a big drawing space. That's the one we use at the studios, actually.
Oh,
What's going on, Tay? So we're just going over the walk cycle, but we're about to do weight after this pose.
Okay.
Guys, let me know when you're done so we can move over.
I'm not
I'm-
done for now.
I'm almost done.
All done? Almost? Okay.
My character is literally Mr. Bean.
You
Yes.
had most of these last week. I just want to go over it, make sure you got them all.
I have a shirt of Mr. Bean fighting Thanos.
Is-
Mr. Bean?
Yeah, cutting off Thanos' arm.
Wasn't that Thor? Oh, I know.
No,
Thor
it's-
didn't do that.
It's a shirt of Mr. Bean having cut off Thanos' arm with his sword.
That's what Thor should have done to get
awesome.
rid of the Infinity Gauntlet. Instead of taking out his head, he could have just tried to cut his arm off.
And Mr. Bean succeeded in it.
Yep. He's the new god of thunder now. The new king of Asgard.
He's the
That's
god
how
of
my war
beans.
cycle looks so far.
God of beans.
It turned off.
That's how my war cycle looks so far.
Yeah.
Looks a bit
Okay.
weird.
Okay. It's nice and rough. Now you gotta clean it up if you can on that phone. I don't know how you're gonna do it.
He could try cleaning it up on paper.
Yeah, and then just right. That's another way to go, and then just basically photo it.
I finished actually.
Okay, good. Let's move
Oh.
on.
I'm gonna play it. It's on Pencil 2D. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks alright, but it's way too fast. I don't know how to.
You can always slow it down later.
Yeah, I got stuff to do.
So, have you guys ever seen this before?
No, I've seen people
Alright.
try that. I've seen bodybuilders try doing this type of stuff, but I've never seen it in animation.
Okay, so if you can, copy this down or
Alright.
draw it as quick as you can, again, in a very rough form, so
Alright.
that
I could try screenshotting this.
you can screen. Yes, that would be great. So, of course, your character will spread his feet before he goes to lift anything heavy like a giant boulder. Okay? Right? And then he'll bend his knees. So that would be your first pose. As he gets down into the rock, he'll put his fingers underneath.
Hey, he's not
the,
lifting with his legs.
Yeah, that's when you bend your legs and you put your fingers underneath the rock, and then basically you hug it. That's that third, that third pose is like a hug, like I'm getting ready to lift it. Now you guys all realize the line of action is in red, right? You guys all see that? Remember we talked about the line of action? I think that was in character design, right?
Yes,
Talked
you
about
did. Yeah.
line of action, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So in that fourth pose is when he starts to strain to lift. Okay. All right. So that's where the strength starts to come in. All right. The fifth pose, body goes back as he lifts the rock. And you can see both hands underneath the rock at that point. And then he basically tries to lift it past his knee or get his legs under it to then straighten out in the last pose. And as you can see, the red line kind of shows you how his body is going to react to that. Basically, when you get to that last pose, you're reversing. That line of action is reversing in the opposite shape. Okay, so you're curling down first, and then you're curling up. So yeah, take a screenshot of it or draw it if you can.
My screenshot's not working.
No?
Dang. No, dang.
Can you do it on Zoom? Can you screenshot on Zoom? Let me see.
Probably not.
No.
I
Well,
screenshotted it.
You can access it.
It keeps saying error.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, Raduca, you tape it anyway, so they could always come back and look at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could just do that.
So we wanna animate this, and let me give you a couple of more minutes to take a look at this, and then I'm gonna show you how it would move, and then we'll combine it with a little bit of a walk cycle. As he picks up the rock and tries to move it.
Hmm.
So now we are drawing this one.
Yep. I see the back. It's bending.
Is it much easier to draw on an iPad, Justin? Or
I
is
mean,
it-
it's probably easier than on phone.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Got an 11-inch screen.
I've got an size screen that's the size of 2 Post-its.
A bunch of shit.
And you could, in some softwares, you can zoom in and out, so you can even draw smaller. But in that one, I use Anime Maker, and
Wait, what's it called?
Anime Maker.
Anime Maker?
Anime Maker? I've never seen that one.
Yeah.
So the reason why I want you guys to get Storyboard Pro from Toon Boom is because that is the one program that every studio uses. So I want you to understand it, get to know it, and you can use either the name that I just gave you, or you can ask Raduca if you could use the name of the school, so that you can claim a student, like a student license. And it's only like, I think it's less than $10 a month.
I
And
wasn't
then you can
here
learn how to
when
use
you
it.
said the name.
Yeah, it's just to learn how to use it. Again, you got to have a stronger computer than the one.
I'm using.
Yeah.
I wasn't here when he said the name to use.
It's Toon Boom Storyboard Pro.
Okay, and for the license?
Oh, you could either ask Raduca, or you could use my site, and I'll okay it. It's AV Animation / Studio Classes. If you put Raduca, could they just use your email?
They can do it. I mean, my company is not a school per se; it's a non-profit. But because we offer classes online, everybody does. I guess should be okay. So absolutely, they can use whatever they need to.
Yeah, because they'll probably email you to see if he's a student at your school, and then you'd have to prove it.
Okay.
So you could use either one. You know, I get that all the time because I have my kids, always use it,
Yeah, that's totally fine. I have no, I totally.
It's one of those programs that it's you got to know it, and if you go in for a job and you don't know that program, it's going to slow you down dramatically. Even though there are a lot that are similar, you need to know how this one works so that you can take your test and move on and do it quickly because they do grade you on your speed as well.
Really?
They
Dang.
do. They do. It's good to get. That's why I want you guys to work rough because once you get your animation done, it's a lot quicker to come in behind that on a separate level and put in your characters. Drop the heads in, do your acting, all that on the later, but it's important to get everything down first, all your animation in threes, like we talked about. Start pose, middle pose, end pose. If later on you got to add more, you add more, but you start that way. You get all that down as quick as you can, and then later on come in for cleanup. So yeah, timing is important. Let me show you what this looks like. Moving.
Raphael, did you move places?
I did. I was in a little room on the top because all the dogs keep barking, but now they're no longer here, so I'm back at my normal place. I usually do the classes. It looks awesome. I don't know what it reminds me.
That looks.
That's something that reminds me something.
What does it remind you?
I don't know.
I think it reminds me of my brother trying to lift something heavy as a kid.
Man. Or someone stealing a giant egg.
A giant egg.
A giant egg.
What the hell laid that egg?
You finally found it. The dragon egg.
Yep, a dragon egg.
Yeah.
It was a D&D character.
Definitely had a dragon in his backyard that day. Oh God.
The dragon yard.
You guys are crazy.
Gotta get out of here before the dragon comes back.
I don't think a dragon egg would wobble like that, though.
It might. Yeah.
Maybe it's a giant water balloon.
Oh, the glass fell over.
It wouldn't be that heavy if it was a giant water balloon, would it? It might.
It might be heavier, actually. Because
water is really heavy.
Water's heavier than you would think. I should know, because I had to get buckets of water.
A huge bowl with water in it.
I usually have to carry a bucket of water to my dog so he could drink it.
But the idea with the dragon egg was the best one, I think.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
Someone stealing and he looks like I'm taking that egg and you see nothing.
Dragon eggs usually weigh around 15 pounds.
15 pounds? Since when?
According to Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah.
According to Dungeons and Dragons. Well, this egg that we have in this drawing looks a lot heavier than that.
Yes, it really does. Unless this guy's very, very weak. Or a 5-year-old.
That red line really shows you where the weight is, right there, lifting it.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't be lifting with his back, though.
If he's bending like that.
He tried to use his legs, but it's such a big egg.
What happened if the dragon comes out of the egg?
Yeah,
it'd be eating its face off.
I should have it crack right there, and then the head of the dragon comes out and shoots him right in the face with some fire.
I should have stolen that egg. It was a really bad idea.
Maybe he wants a giant omelet for his anniversary.
He might.
Either that or a dragon comes in and grabs him and the egg.
And kills him. Because there's no way a dragon's just going to look around a human unless it wants to eat him.
Hey guys, it could just be Christmas ornaments.
Yeah.
He was taking that as Christmas ornaments and put them in this giant bag.
He's Santa Claus.
A dragon egg on a Christmas tree wouldn't be neat.
He's skinny Santa Claus.
Or yeah, it would. What you could do is taking another bowl and putting some legs and putting a Santa Claus costume, and then
You see how your imaginations go off into the wild, wild west? You guys are just right away. You're running away with it. All different ideas. That's what's cool about it. You can turn it into.
I always have crazy ideas. Actually, I see always the weirdest things in things sometimes. I've got so surprised.
Maybe it's a bunch of. Maybe this is Catwoman and she's stealing her jewelry.
Oh man.
Ah, yes. Wait.
Maybe what could be funny if at the end when he's walking, you make his feet move really fast. That would be funny.
Yeah, you could speed that up and make him like run out fast.
Then,
Yeah.
Because
I'm sure if a guy was stealing a dragon egg, he'd be running.
But
Yeah,
because
make
if
him
you takes something really heavy, you
It depends. It
Small
depends where
steps.
you're stealing the dragon egg from. If you'd be running really fast.
Maybe he stole it from his ex-wife's house. Then he'd be bolting.
What is she, a witch?
Maybe. Could be. Maybe it's one of Marge's sisters.
Or is he would like to make the world's largest crab.
Marge's sisters look like
Okay,
witches.
I put it on twos. Let's see if that was a good idea to have him get out of there quicker. Woo, yeah.
That is hilarious.
Awesome.
And I'm out.
Later, Karen.
Run, Forrest.
That was a good idea, Raphael.
It's awesome. And that character fits so well in that backyard with that huge egg, or whatever it is, or maybe a pumpkin. But,
Yeah, I didn't know what BG to use. I'm like, where do I put this guy?
But the egg is way.
His ex-wife's backyard. He took his dragon egg and he's taking it back.
Maybe that it's someone else's backyard, and maybe that would be nice. A person looking out the window said, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, exactly.
And dragon egg or something like that. Like that, the person look out the window with a surprised or scared face.
Maybe he's an old man saying where a dragon laid an egg on his lawn, and he's like, "My lawn, my property."
I think you guys are writers. You're writing 10 different stories for the short animation.
He's Squidward taking something from SpongeBob.
It's his computer.
SpongeBob's playing some annoying music in his backyard through that speaker.
And he got a new house because this isn't a pineapple.
Imagine Patrick Star seeing that huge egg. He would think it's a rock and knock on it.
That's giant Squidward stealing Patrick's house.
Nice.
Indeed.
Because he has the nose to be Squidward, so maybe. But
Because he's living on the rock.
He doesn't have 4 legs though, so we gotta give him
But
4
how
legs.
is the house not falling into his house? and Patrick has to have superpower to lift that rock.
I think Patrick does have superpowers. He eats a lot of garbage, so maybe he could have radioactive powers.
And he thinks that mayonnaise is an instrument, so this guy is.
Mayonnaise is an instrument.
And
Oh,
then
God.
I don't know how in English you call the guy that plays. I don't remember what he plays. He lives in a blue house. It's a face.
Squidward.
Squidward, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. And
It's a
he
tiggy
said,
face.
yeah, and then he says, "Is mayonnaise an instrument?" Yeah, Patrick. Horseradish isn't an instrument either.
Jesus.
Well, we don't have a lot of time, so
That's sad.
just
I'm gonna.
give you the
I-
poses.
I'll just watch the recording and do this more.
Yeah, when you get to the recording, you'll have more time for it.
Yeah, way more time. Right now we only have an hour.
Close to, yeah, we got to end on time today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
we
gotta
got
go make $20.
7 minutes. Well, in any case, it's been a pleasure having you guys. It's been fun.
Yeah, same to you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been fun. It's
You've
good.
been a
Same
good
to you,
teacher.
actually.
You've been a good teacher.
Oh, appreciate that. That's great. I don't look at it as teaching. It feels just like having a good time with friends and
Yeah,
going over, fundamentals of animation, really.
yeah.
And having
Yeah.
some fun and have some fun.
I really look forward to this class
uh,
after I have to do a bunch of BS at actual school.
Yeah, I know. I know. We all have to do all that good stuff. But I'll talk to Raduca. Maybe we could do this at a later time, right, Raduca? And
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great.
yeah.
I'm
You can
totally
send
up for it.
you can send them another. Let them know, with a couple of weeks so that they know we're going to do another class. And then what we'll do, if it's the same class, we can pick up from here and move to.
Yeah. Then it'll be more than 4 weeks. We just had to take a big break in between.
Yeah, I need to take a break because I'm moving and starting a show and doing kind of crazy stuff. But after 4 weeks or so, it'd be great. And then maybe we could work on acting or something like that.
That would be awesome, actually.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, we could talk about that right off a script. Maybe combine animation with storyboarding so that we could use. Do you guys think that maybe in 4 weeks you guys would have this program?
Maybe if I can get my laptop to be more powerful.
Yeah.
I could. I'm taking a look because I know I have the Creative Cloud, and the school has to be in it. I know when I got my subscription for Creative Cloud, the school has to be in the list to be able.
Oh, okay.
I did with Spotify for the student account. You type the name of the school in it, and then you have to send something that proves that you are a student there, and then they give you.
That's kind of how it works. It's the same thing with this Toon Boom animation. They want to know that you're a student to give you that price. Otherwise, I think they charge normally $60 or $70 a month.
I saw you can buy it. You could buy it and then own it, but it goes for real coin. It's I think $1,100.
Yeah, but it's not worth it because they keep every
Updating.
season they keep adding to it, and then they'll charge you again.
That sucks.
Yeah, I was just working on Storyboard Pro 6 when I left the studio, and now this is Storyboard Pro 7. So I just rent. But you guys can get the student rental fee. It's good for a good 4 years,
Yeah.
or longer. And it's under $10.
Solution.
So you
that is way cheaper than $60.
Yeah, it's cheaper and it's the same program. So
$60 is the price of a video game.
Yeah.
Is the Storyboard Pro a bit like Photoshop or totally different?
It's similar. It's similar.
And then
This
I
is
should not.
this is for storyboarding to make a short film out of your storyboard.
So I should not be. I should not have that much struggle to get into it because I'm pretty used to Photoshop.
I am not. I have never used Photoshop.
Photoshop is great, but it's definitely not for storytelling and or animation.
It's more
you know?
graphical and graphical stuff.
It's good for changing stuff.
They keep adding to all of these. They keep adding to all of these.
The
So
2020.
the key is to get the one that's used in the studios so that you're familiar with it.
So on Wednesday, you guys have more time to continue this conversation, if you don't mind.
Absolutely, Raduca. Thanks.
All right.
For
Thank
letting
you.
me know. Okay, guys. See you guys on Wednesday.
See ya.
Bye.
All right.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye.
Enjoy.